Yeah, we're 5 minutes. Number 2, under new business, 8 campground permits.
No, we're on, we did the subdivision. They're right here.
That's in a bear trap.
Are the number of or spots based upon the number of applications, the number of spots that were originally issued?
You can read
Alright, first one is for 440 Lake Road.
Workman's Club.
Workman, that's an exemption, isn't it?
That's hasn't been an exemption in the past.
Total amount paid is no fee, it says. 122.18. Okay. Okay, it's there, it says number of sites, 20 sites. Oh, it's there, okay.
We just need to approve each one individually, right?
Yeah,
Do we,
that's
do we need to make a motion on each one? Or,
yeah.
okay.
Okay, that's the Meadowlands Sportsman's Club one right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
For 20 spots at no fee.
Third.
I will make a motion that we continue that arrangement, that we offer them, or approve 20 spots at no fee.
I second that motion.
Questions, comments? I have one. How come they get to have no fee and everybody else got fees?
But it's been a limited use for their fishing purposes.
They're just in and out.
Yeah, it's not
Couple
like
days
they're
here,
not,
couple days
it's
there.
not like a,
Nobody lives there.
right, they're not staying there.
And they're not renting it to oil and gas, they're just,
That's correct.
It's just spotty rental. Some of them live in tents down there.
Right.
I mean, when they're there camping, it's just a spot with a camp. No facilities.
Can you, aren't you treating them differently than everyone else? I'm actually a member of this club, so the reason I'm bringing this up is because I don't think it's fair to treat one
Well,
differently than the other.
It's different because the rest of the campgrounds are people that are living there and as a place while they're working. This is not the case for them. This is weekend warriors or weekend
Recreational.
Recreational.
and they're not down there making any profit
That's
out
the
of it.
difference. It's recreational.
They're not paying a fee to stay there.
Right.
Right.
They have.
No services. I've done work for them guys. There's nothing.
So the thinking is,
We're trying to be good neighbors, John.
But they're not making money on it either. That's the other thing.
right, so that's the thinking then?
Yes, that
So
was-
if you're making money on something, the township's coming around, you have their hand out because you're making money. Is that right?
I'm gonna say that-
Yeah.
that's-
Philosophically, I'm against that. This is the point I'm trying to make.
That's what
Well, one of the
builds your,
things-
that's what builds your general fund, you know.
I was at the meeting.
So we're using this as a revenue stream?
Well, absolutely, this helps the revenues, not a lot, but it does.
I was at a meeting when that came up, when they came down and asked for that. And they have their own restroom facility and shower house. And one of the things that brought all this campground stuff up, and Heath is here to witness this, we had to pick up shit buckets down on Lake Road that somebody took out of their camper and threw it along Lake Road. And we had to go pick them up. That's what brought all this on, is ignorance of people. But they had their own facility up there, so that's why they got a variance, and they're not living there. They're only coming out on a weekend to camp and fish or whatever, and that's what it was designed for. I don't care one way or the other. I'm just saying that's what was brought up at that meeting at that time.
I have a question. Is it true that we can't make a revenue, we can only charge for the processing and the fees, or what, the administrative fees of it?
The appellate courts have held over the years that you can you're not supposed to make money off of any item. If you are making money off of an item, then it gets examined pursuant to the, there's an act, Local Tax Enabling Act. And if it doesn't come with the purview of the Local Tax Enabling Act, then it's struck down. So you have to be careful if you're making money off of it. The only thing I have a question about is, do we have a township, do we have a campground ordinance?
Yes, you do.
And does the campground, what does it say about these situations? I'm unfamiliar with
The
the
township, the board has the right to grant.
exemptions.
I don't have my book. Yeah, I believe it.
I believe he's correct on that.
And we've had, actually, since the township enacted that, we've had other townships call us and ask for our ordinance as a model ordinance. So, I'm not saying it's perfect, but other places are using it to make it right.
Oh, are you?
I move, we have a motion.
Yep.
I seconded it.
Let's call for a vote.
Let's call for the vote, now you have to call.
Okay. Doug,
Yeah.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
No.
Can't ask any questions in the middle of the vote. Technically, if you're using Robert's Rules of Guide.
Yes.
yes. Yeah, Ed.
No. All right, the next one is,
Technically, it says that they may grant a waiver of these requirements and standards, provided that the waiver does not violate the intent of this chapter and/or endanger the health, safety, or general welfare of the public.
Should I have to? I know I have to. Should I
Thank you.
abstain on any of them because I have a campground? That's what I was gonna ask.
I would say from this point, if you have a campground, you may want to
Thank you.
abstain.
Okay, thanks.
And you have to fill out the correct form.
I have to what?
So the formula is going to abstain for possible
Oh.
conflict.
Okay, you want me to go get them?
No, no,
Okay.
you have to.
All right.
okay, this one is the JDT Property Management Campground Site for 4 sites.
I move we approve.
I second it.
Discussion? How do you vote?
Doug,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
I abstain.
No. It's nothing against you, I just disagree with the whole system.
Fine. Okay.
The next one is the Doug Thomas, 8 sites.
Two. It says two.
Two different locations though.
He has 2, yeah, he has 2 of them. He has 2, right here, his 2.
Can we do them both at the same time?
You can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, he has one at 60 Claysville, T-Town Road. It's 8 sites. And he has one at 18 8th Street in Claysville, 4
I
sites.
move we approve.
Both applications?
Yes.
I second that motion.
I have a question before you go on. These fees that are written in here, have they been paid? Or
Sharon's holding the checks.
she's holding them?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Right, Doug,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
I abstain.
No.
You know, you can vote no on it, but one of the things you need to understand is.
Thank you for giving me the permission to
Well,
vote that way.
but however you like, I want you to understand why there's an ordinance. One of the things is it requires that there be a certain amount of space between them in case one catches on fire that doesn't kill the guy next door. That's one of the provisions of it. Another one is to set it back off the highway so cars don't run into it. Okay, we have actually put them on the street right of way
Okay.
on Route 40. Okay, these were some of the things that caused these ordinances to be in effect. Is so people you'd think people would have common sense when it comes to doing some things like this, but everybody doesn't have it.
Okay, the next one is 59 sites for a hotel, RV, ag, real estate, Matt and Novelli.
59.
Without the interstate. I'm moving that we approve it.
I second the motion.
How do you vote?
Doug,
Yes. Yes.
I have a question before you vote.
Yeah.
Wasn't there, nothing against him, or them, or anybody else, wasn't there an issue, I guess I'll address this to Doug, as they're only past board member. Didn't you have an issue on that the last 2 times, and that you said you'd carry over?
He
and address-
resolved, the only outstanding issue was the back exit.
And that's been taken care of?
That's to my understanding. The only other issue, they were granting a variance in the very beginning. They had already put their pipeline, their electric lines in, and they didn't set back far enough off the street.
And
That was
been-
granted a
You can't
variance
get it
early
back
on.
even near that.
Okay, I just remember the last 2 times they
That was
came
a
up,
back,
you
that was a
guys,
back, that was a back end.
you guys approved it conditional on them taking
They-
care of
they
that
did-
stuff, and then
My
next
understanding
time the
is,
same
my
thing.
understanding is that they put the gravel down for the back emergency exit.
Okay.
I don't know that it's a good road, but they put an emergency exit in.
I just remember that being an issue the last 2 times.
Yeah.
They didn't put it
Oh, 75 just once, I
in.
see.
They didn't put it
You
in.
take this and then you take this.
Put it down the road.
That's ridiculous. Okay,
There's a motion.
There's a
and
motion and a
motion and a
second.
second, how do you
They
vote?
got it.
Doug,
Yes, again.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
I abstain.
No. This one is George Plants, one site.
I move with accept.
I second the motion.
Question?
Yep.
Wasn't it in the ordinance that if it's only one site, you don't need it?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's
I
described
thought
the
when that came up-
campground as one or more sites.
They just don't cost as much.
Okay. Thought there was something more.
I thought I read that too.
He's correct.
What?
Mr. Tigard is correct.
Got a motion and a second, how do you vote?
Doug,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
I abstain.
No. Gerald Berghoff, 16 sites.
Make a motion to approve.
I second the motion.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anybody?
How do you vote?
Yes.
Mike, Kathy,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
abstain.
No. Last one is
We're doing.
Charles Ely.
How about making it Charles B. Ely?
Charles B. Ely, yeah.
Okay. It says George on it.
It says George.
I'm sorry. Well,
Oh, I wasn't looking at that.
You
Charles.
got an AKA.
Yeah.
Now he does.
Okay,
Helium.
this is
I'll move
the
we
Charles
approve
Ely, 2 sites.
I move we approve it.
I second that motion.
Got a motion and a second,
Okay.
how do you vote?
Doug,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
I abstain.
No.
Can I ask a general question on that?
Yeah.
Just curious, why is that a permit that comes before the board, but like all the rest of the permits in the township aren't voted on like that? I mean, why even take that
This is
long?
my first day, I don't, I disagree with the whole
Or even the solicitor
thing.
could say, why is that a permit that's voted on?
I assume that's because you've done it that way in the past. I know it's a permit, if it's something that's administratively done administratively, but that's your.
Could we change that to where we don't have to?
We wanted it, because we wanted to be able to review the plans, to make sure that there weren't issues like people putting them on the road right of way.
Yeah, but you're not doing that now.
You're not doing that, that's
We- I didn't
This
review
is
it.
just renewed.
I mean, could
No,
we,
what's on the renewals is not.
yeah,
Why don't we
that's
put
what
the
I'm saying,
original?
could we change that to do it on the
How do you
renewal?
want?
Well, why don't we just do this, just for time being? Why don't we just look at it, let's keep it going for the time being, and at the next meeting, see how things go, and we'll go from there.
You won't have any more, I don't think. Probably all of them.
Well, those were all-
Oh, yours isn't in there.
They're gonna want to.
Well, yeah, that's what we want to review.
We normally don't approve permits and things, but that's, you know, just.
Right, so I said, because we could streamline some of this stuff to
Well,
short.
let's just continue for the time being and.
Yeah, yep, yep.
Okay, next item on the agenda, under new business, resignations of Kathy Lean Gilmore, resigning from the planning commission,
That's the one.
and I have a letter.
I move we accept.
Okay. Got a second?
I second that.
Any discussion? How do you vote?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Will you be appointing someone then to that vacancy? I'm just asking because that's what they did the last time. When someone left and they appointed a different person. Or do
It's on
you
down the
put,
line.
or do you put posts out there, ask for
It's under,
interested parties to
It's
send
on,
away?
it's on number
It's on down
11.
the agenda.
It's on the agenda. On the
Number
agenda.
11.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
I have a motion.
got a motion and a second, how do you vote?
Doug,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
I vote yes. Ed,
If I say no, does she have to stay? Yes. All right, resignation of Catherine Prescott, resigning from the Comprehensive Plan Joint Planning Committee.
That's the Claysville.
that's a.
That's the multi-municipal comprehensive plan.
And it is accompanied by a letter of resignation.
I move that we accept.
I second that.
How do you vote?
Doug,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
I vote yes. Ed,
Yep. And the final resignation, unless somebody else wants to quit before I'm done. Zach Prescott wants to resign as emergency response coordinator.
I make a motion that we table his resignation. I've had conversation with Mr. Prescott, and there's a possibility he may continue on. We have an issue with Mr. Wright, who was put on at the last meeting. He's having some health issues and is not going to be able to fulfill that duty, and Zach was the one prior, and like I said, we've had conversation, and he's reconsidering
The
that.
only issue is we've already appointed Mr. Wright, and
I
I don't
mean,
know that we can unappoint him unless
well, my understanding was that's an appointment by the governor,
if it takes the governor's appointment, correct?
so,
It's not effective yet.
It's not effective yet. so nothing was effective. Bob's appointment was not effective because it wasn't sent on.
Well, let's go with when he gets the big bucks.
And technically, he thought he was on the vacancy board.
So Zach Prescott is
Well,
currently the
that is-
emergency response coordinator?
He's on, you're on the books
And
now?
you accepted him as his resignation, is that what you
No.
got?
We did not
Well,
accept it.
we
I
did
don't
not.
want to accept it.
Okay, so you,
He's reconsidering, especially since Bob can't fulfill his.
so you appointed someone while he was still,
No, we did it at the reorganization,
Okay.
but
what did you do with the organization? Did you accept it, did you not
he,
re?
he didn't resign, this is,
What's the date of effective date? Effective January 2.
it was the day of the meeting, but we didn't receive the
Yeah,
paperwork
we
because it was
didn't.
reorganizational.
We didn't get that till after the meeting.
Mr. Prescott, are you with,
it
are
would be
you,
helpful if you would just withdraw the letter for now. Would you do that?
I can do that for now, yeah. That'd be a great help.
so for the record, just note, put a notation in the record that Mr. Prescott graciously withdrew his letter of resignation, okay?
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Wright, did you appoint him to be the person?
He's volunteered, but he's sick.
And he seriously thought he was volunteering for the vacancy board.
But you did make a motion to accept him, correct?
We-
Yes.
We,
Yes.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was.
Why don't you, why don't you, why don't you?
He's not gonna do it anyway. We're gonna get a resignation letter before we ever send it. so-
Yeah.
Why don't you make a motion to temporarily suspend his appointment to that position until you receive this letter, of whatever, resignation from
Okay.
Mr. Wright?
I'll make that motion that we suspend
Temporarily suspend his
Robert
appointment,
Wright's
appointment,
appointment to
emergency response,
emergency response.
subject to receiving that letter of whatever resignation.
Okay.
Should say we've had a great working relationship with Mr. Prescott, and he put
We-
forth the effort
We had this call.
for the trainings and to learn what needs done, and he started the plan, and I think it was working well.
Yeah.
So we have a motion on the floor.
I second that motion.
How do you vote?
Doug,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Don't you have to
You
abstain?
abstain.
Kathy?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Mike?
No, she doesn't have to abstain.
Okay.
He's not doing it,
Oh,
so.
okay.
You're not making money off of it.
What'd she say?
Yes.
I vote yes.
Yep. Okay.
I wondered where she was going with
I
that.
didn't either, I'm like,
I was
Wowzer,
asking.
what's the deal?
Okay.
Project payments, equipment garage payment of $91,925 from the redevelopment authority. It'll leave a balance of $32,725,
And-
but we want to add something to that? Is
Yeah,
that
that's,
according-
that's what that's what Gordon was saying. They sent this in late for the other 19,000. So what has to happen is we approve it and then this gets sent on to Nathan Voitek at the redevelopment authority to cut their checks.
What is it, 19, is it exactly
The
19,000?
second one is 19,000, which leaves
13,000.
13,725.
And that's the 5% withholding until we do the walkthrough.
Okay, so
We're approving the 91 and a 19.
You're making a motion, and the reason it's special language, because I had to get somebody else who had issues recently. So you're making a motion to accept the recommendation of Senate engineer to pay periodic estimate number 3 in the amount of $91,925, and periodic estimate number 4 in the amount of $19,000. And I want to make sure we put in there that based upon the recommendation of Senate engineers.
Okay.
and that's for a grand total of 101,925.
So I will make the motion to accept the recommendation of Senate Engineering to pay the periodic
Estimate number
estimate
3,
number 3 at 91,925, and the periodic estimate number
4,
4
in the amount of 19.
in the amount of $19,000.
I second that motion. Just so everybody understands that that money's not coming out of the general, that's money that they had from grants. They, am I correct, Doug, that that's
It said redevelopment authority.
redevelopment authority, it was
It was
money?
money that had been set aside for Dry Ridge water line extension project, and
No, they ain't getting no.
not gonna do it.
Not dry. Okay,
What, vote? Doug,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
I vote yes.
yep. Gym roof final payment, 45,000 from Act 13 money.
Okay, I got another one here, hold on. I'll put this one in here. It's right here.
Everything's good over there?
So if you want to make a motion to pay periodic estimate for payment number 2 for the gym roof replacement, based upon the recommendation of Senate Engineering, and receipt of a maintenance bond from the contractor, because I don't know whether he received it or not. Yeah, he asked that question.
He said, remember when he gave his report, he said they didn't have
All
that.
right, so based, and upon receipt, that's a condition, specific condition, upon receipt of the maintenance bond from the contractor.
Yes. So that check won't go out until you get that.
So you get that maintenance, because that's important.
Right.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to accept Senate's
You make a motion,
motion on the recommendation of Senate to pay
periodic estimate number
periodic
3,
estimate number
Three.
2.
Number 2,
2 for the gym roof replacement, but upon the receipt of the maintenance bond of the contractor, in the amount of
45,000.
$45,000.
$45,000.
I second that motion.
How do you vote?
Doug,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
I vote yes.
Yep. Number 5, purchase a salt spreader for the new truck.
All right, the story behind that is the new truck was ordered whenever by the last administration, and it's basically sitting up there, ready to go. They called down. The original deal was to say, take the old salt spreader off the International, and getting it off there, we realized at the time that after they took it off, they realized that it was not gonna fit. The company said it was gonna be in upwards of over $1,000 to modify it, to put it on the new truck. The problem with that is once you modify it and then it goes bad and you gotta replace it, then you gotta unmodify it to fit the one that's supposed to fit it. Plus it needs some other repairs. So I would like, Ed got me a bid from US Municipal, excuse me, for a new tailgate spreader for $3,095. If anybody wants to look at it, I would like to make a motion to buy that out of Act 13 money and have that installed on the truck so we could get it and get it in use. It's sitting there on the line waiting for it. The new, like I said, we're gonna have between $1,000 and $1,500 repairing an old one, more than 6 years old. It says it's been there since he's been there. And we can actually keep it and use it. We actually can use it on the other trucks or parts for the other trucks.
Parts.
So, I
I'm
mean,
all for recycling.
to spend $1,500 when we can have a new one for $3.
I agree, but
Making-
we're sitting here on January 22nd. We can't get a end of winter sale or something?
That was the quote.
I got a question.
Yeah,
Is it, the new truck's got a stainless bed, right? Is the spreader stainless, or are they available in stainless or not?
I don't know that.
They
You
are
know, right?
available, they're a lot more money.
I was gonna say.
They're a lot more money.
Roller
I've seen them
and
in
all-
stainless.
everything else is steel, so.
Okay, so it's
you're
not all
getting
stainless,
a-
it's pointless.
Yeah,
Got it, thank
Heath would like to have shiny stainless,
you. Well, I just, yeah.
With the flames.
Yeah. So,
No, they're the snowflakes.
can I make the motion or does somebody else need?
You make a motion.
Megan.
I make a motion that we purchase the tailgate spreader from US Municipal for $3,095 out of Act 13 money.
I'll second. Questions, comments? Anybody want to give us one? How do you vote?
Get shovels, don't you?
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
We take
Mike?
donations.
Yes.
I vote yes. Eddie?
Yep. Okay, number 6, bond release for Columbia on the LXP
Yep, that's what it said.
project. Odorization project from the heavy hauling agreement of $6,000 and release the road bond of $45,000.
There's,
Has that been inspected or do we?
Yeah, you need to have a report on it.
Question, where
Is it satisfactory?
is that done with Sean?
Is the road,
it just, this is,
Is that on the North Shore?
No.
this can't, yeah, this is just,
That's their request, but we need to have an answer from the road. You
yeah,
guys need to look at it and let us know that it needs to be released.
If I can,
yeah.
I think what we normally do, because road bonding is something we do quite extensive different places, especially Green County. You normally should have someone in the road crew or your engineer take a look at it and make a recommendation what to do. And have them put that in writing, just so you cover yourself.
Where's, what road is it, Mike?
Okay.
oh, this is the, okay, this is, down at the compressor station.
This is the one off of Old National.
Yes, it's Old National and, what is that lane that they have there?
Compressor Station Road.
Compressor
Station
Station
Road.
Road, yeah. That's what this one is, but that's what we,
Can we approve it upon?
Any insight, Ed?
They didn't do a whole lot there, they just, concrete truck came in and poured some, pylons to set an odorant tank on.
That was it.
Yeah, that's basically all they did right there.
And tear it up,
Yeah.
they tear down the
That's
guardrails
our road.
that Dave's talking about?
No,
That's a road crew.
I know, what did he say, did he tear it up or no?
He said no, nothing, it was good on his inspection.
So, Mr. Contractor, it's acceptable?
Yes, Compressor Station Road's fine. It's no worse. than
If
If he says it's fine, you
So-
can, refund it.
based upon the recommendation of Mr. Croshaw, what is the position, Chair?
Road crew leader.
Road crew leader?
Yes.
Based upon the recommendation of the road crew leader, then you can
Okay.
release. Go ahead.
I make the motion based on the recommendation of Ed Crashaw, our road crew leader, that we refund the money.
That you release the bond.
Release the bond.
And also release the.
The bond and the
And the
heavy hauling,
agreement,
they're done, right? I'm assuming that letter
Yeah.
says that they're done.
yes.
I'll second the motion.
Motion and a second. Questions? How do you vote?
Doug?
Yes.
Kathy? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
I vote yes. Eddie?
Okay.
Gotta be,
He does, okay.
Road hauling permit for Valley View Logging, Cunningham Road, Hicks Road, and Ely Road.
we need to sign.
I thought we just said we didn't,
Can I see agreements? Are these your agreements?
I
Mhm.
thought we just
They are,
said we don't normally approve permits.
We don't normally approve those either.
I do
So my
believe,
My question is why one logging company got a bond the road and other ones don't? Archie Logging, he's logged, or he's bonded Shaler right now, he's gonna be logging on Philip Ward's property. He has Grease Road bonded, he's gonna be logging on Ethan's Ward's property he bought out there. He has both of them bonded. So my feeling is either everyone bonds them or no one bonds them.
This guy bonded. He got escrow money, he's got the bond,
Okay.
everything's, all the paperwork's in there,
Then how is a logging company different from Ayers Up?
because they don't have a
You
residence
don't
there.
live here,
They don't live there.
business here.
The way it's
It's
stated,
all who it is. That's
No,
what
it isn't, Dave.
it is.
It
You guys, it'll all come out in one day, you watch.
Well, no, if they,
Yep.
if they would say